Don't do that to me, Lucas.
Sorry.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the No Views podcast. I'm your host, one of them, not the only host. I'm not the only host. I have no liability. Hayden.
I guess I'll go next. Hi, I'm Swiss. We're Lucas. I'm also a host. Yeah. It's it.
Good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Slim Zioko 5, or they like to call me John Zioke 06. Sometimes even gods can't appear to the podcast.
I'm not your host. I'm
You like that?
I'm scared of what's happening in the Discord.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, my ping is bad.
Real quick. Yeah, same.
It's almost like you're streaming.
That's a great
I'm not
point.
even streaming, and my ping is back. So that's a good sign.
I'm that scared infant child on the right side of your screen. My name is NEOMINISTER, and I'm here to say I'm gonna do this podcast in a major way.
He is our very first guest ever.
Oh, yeah,
thank
shout
you.
out.
Shout
Yes.
out. Big
Thank
ups.
Honestly, I didn't think we'd ever get this far to have
Yeah.
a guest on the
We ever
show.
get this far.
It's a pretty sweet milestone, isn't it, guys? I know.
Oh, yeah. Only took us 13 episodes.
To have
Lucky
you
number
on
13.
Yeah.
on my podcast. Yeah, it's totally mine. I'm very honored to have you on my specific podcast.
So what
You
you're
know,
saying is
it's
you
just
accept
the way it
all
is.
the all the liability. Anytime we ask kids for their credit card numbers and the 3 digits on the back, you now
How'd
accept
you
this.
know? I do. I totally accept. Any numbers you can give
All
me,
right.
I take them all.
All right. Thank God it's not on me anymore. Because that was,
And
It was a
if
rough
if
period
you
of
do
my life.
actually happen to get some, please you can just share them
just
to
put
me.
them in the chat. Just drop them in the chat.
I mean, let's be honest.
We need it.
We're poor as crap, and we're all teenagers.
Down
at
here
this
in Mississippi, we could use a couple credit cards.
Yeah.
Gotta fund
What do
my
you-
debt.
do you-
Support my 18-wheeler.
I use them to break the lock on my door.
Oh,
007.
Dang.
007 on a budget. Gotta do what you
007
gotta
on a
do.
budget in the South. We got Messenger is using battery. No shit. It's almost like it's a fucking app on my phone.
So, Neo, how are you doing on this beautiful Saturday?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a little late, but other than that, it's been a pretty baller day
Yes.
where not really anything has happened other than the fact that we started selling merch today.
Let's talk
dude,
about
that's
that.
Great. Oh my god.
I'll put a
Yeah,
link
well-
to that in the description below.
Well, we're changing the name of our channel from Closed Captions to Press X.
Yes.
Oh,
Big announcement.
That's a big
Wow.
thing too. Okay, that's
And we wanted to sell merchandise with the new name. So you can go and get a shirt that says Press X on it for about $20.
that's pretty
Press
good
X.
pricing too.
Press X to pay respects.
Some of these shirts
Yeah,
cost
really-
like $30 for something that's
well, there was one that was like $40, and I was like,
Whoa. That's like a Gucci T-shirt, man.
yeah, it better be like the best damn T-shirt I've ever.
exactly.
They had the hoodies that were on there for like the one hoodie was like $46. So I kind of get it because it's a hoodie, but
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
it's
I can
still
understand
really
these.
expensive.
I mean, once you get one, you don't need like the same one again.
True.
Exactly.
And
Big
they better
ones.
be good hoodies that'll last you like a long time, or else you don't want to have
Unless
to.
you're like a child and then you buy one.
I mean, I
every
still
2
have
years.
some hoodies that I have from like years ago, so hoodies are generally pretty.
I really need to upgrade my hoodie selection. I used to only wear like Under Armour hoodies like a dumb kid. I need to upgrade and actually get
I'm-
some actually good ones.
Surprised you knew what hoodies were in the South.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
walk
we know
barefoot
what it
everywhere
is.
in overalls.
we have our
Yeah,
straw hats.
wear
That's
our
what
boot
guards
cut-
us from.
Big cut jeans and button-up shirts, big old
See, our
steel-toe
gang
boots.
members. We
Yeah,
We wear straw hats, man. That's how we do it here.
Straw hats, overalls, leather boots.
Smear of
Alright,
mud
so
on my left cheek.
I'm gonna give you
See,
the insider. I'm gonna give you the insider information. Sometimes we
We
just wear
always
straw
have like a
hats.
little
Sometimes
bit
we don't
of
wear anything
wheat
else.
in our mouth that we're chewing on. It's a little weird. I'm not exactly sure why we have that, but it's just outside of our mouth all the time.
I won't lie.
that or
I do
toothpick.
see tractors driving on the road
We
many
actually
times.
do, yeah.
That happens all the time now. I see
I heard-
that happen
Never gets
so
stuck
often.
behind one.
Hey CV, if you're honestly asking what a hoodie is,
Oh, that's our number one
First-
fan.
first let me
Caroline.
say I'm floored that you don't know what a hoodie is.
Shout out to
Well, I
Caroline.
need that merch link.
Asking the real
I mean,
questions.
it's
The
like
real questions.
it's like a sweater, but if a sweater went above and
See, I
beyond.
think we should just
but,
let Caroline do the interview.
Honestly,
why
I mean,
don't we
all
do
these
Caroline?
Caroline
questions.
is the senior editor at my school's broadcast. So
is
I
that
didn't realize we were giving away personal information. Hey, you need me to? You
Oh.
want me to say some stuff about myself and you?
do I have to come
Would
to
you
your
like that?
school?
Yes, please
Oh,
do.
jeez.
Please come sit down in the middle of my class. You'll
Hi,
blend
guys.
in right.
I'd like
I'm-
to bring in pizza.
I'm your substitute teacher, Neo. I'm 22 years old, and let me tell you, it doesn't get better.
At least you're being honest to us.
Jeez.
Some people try to
Anyway.
be fake.
Your teacher wanted me to give you guys a pop quiz, but instead I brought pizza. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
I
The
like
realest.
that.
I had a sub on Friday. We had to take notes on a movie. That really sucks.
well, if this person seems to be wanting attention now, and admitting being narcissistic, but I'd still
I
like to
just saw
answer.
that.
I'd still like to answer the question. A hoodie is like if a sweater literally went above and beyond and covered your head too.
Wow.
Other than that, somebody should make a hoodie 2.0 where the hood just keeps going and comes all the way over your head, and like instead of a hood, it's a balaclava that's like attached
Oh.
to the it's like attached to the neckline.
You zip it up all the way and it just makes contact with
Yeah,
the balaclava.
It's like a top half of a morph suit.
Green Man. John from Always Sunny.
Yeah, do you want me to say something about that, Hayden?
No.
You want me
Yeah,
to
don't
understand
worry
the
about it.
reference, or would you rather me just not say anything at all?
You know, just don't say anything. It's fine.
Ha, I get it, Green Man. Ha, that's such a good reference, Hayden. You really just know your stuff.
Ah,
Ha.
that's funny. You're
See,
funny.
this is why we need to turn down our volume.
You're real
I
funny
already
there,
have
bud.
you guys turned down.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. My
Good.
mic stand is
I-
tweak a little bit.
I hope
Good.
you have me adjusted to an appropriate level because I'm always self-conscious about my levels as well.
No,
No,
I
your
think
voice
you
is
should be
very
good.
nice, deep.
Yeah, you got the nice
Very,
bass
very,
and treble. You know.
yeah,
it's-
yeah,
it's
very good.
perfect.
It's balanced.
You know, you
I
really
give it a
well.
rating.
got-
I probably
you got the
give it
settings
like an
right,
8
you know?
out of 10. It's very, very nice.
Well, I'm
It's
working
only
with-
because I have you on like 100% volume, so it doesn't sound like buttery smooth like I like voices.
I'm working right now. I'm working with a AT2020 microphone.
Ooh.
It's just like
Audio
Just
Technica.
sounds like
Pretty
good,
standard.
good mic, good mic.
it's pretty standard. I have like a Euphoria 404 interface. I think if it's a
Nice.
Euphoria, it's a Behringer. It supports 4 channels, but for some reason it doesn't like record in 4 channels, which I don't get. But I got a mixer that has like just additional mixing options. I can make my voice very bassy.
Oh wow,
And,
I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, man, dude, just keep it like that for like the entire interview. Try and imitate Morgan Freeman so that we can just fall asleep to that, and I know I'll be good.
Morgan Freeman.
I love it.
Nice.
So yeah, it's because I do voice acting, but also like, you know,
So you voice acted Missing too?
Oh.
Is that what is?
Dang, Lucas.
Yeah,
is
if
that
we
your,
if we
is
have
that your
anybody
thing that I was in?
yes, if anybody remembers
So
our second
what have you
season
voice
from like,
acted in, man?
2015, it's
I'd-
wild.
very interested to know.
I have my own channel that I do a lot of voice acting on. There's some other people's stuff that I'm in. A lot of stuff that hasn't come out yet, but like
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing someone's Little Witch Academia thing where
Okay.
I play Amanda.
I got you.
Um,
So I saw on your channel that you do a lot of abridged anime episodes, which are actually really funny for me.
Yeah. The
Like-
the Love Live ones are my favorite ones to do. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
just so ridiculous.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
those
it was
are
a good
great.
time. I actually kind of binged for a little bit. I was like, wow, this is actually some pretty good content.
And the editing, Neo, you edit, you do all the editing, right?
I edit. I edit pretty much
Fantastic. The editing on Love Live is, or Love pre-record, I should say, is, chef's kiss. It is
Well,
fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you use iMovie for that kind of thing? Or...
I actually
this is
man's
what
I use
Lucas,
for,
I think you're too used to Hayden.
well, I use Premiere, which is
Oh,
like,
I've heard of
Hayden
that,
has also
yeah.
dabbled in Premiere. I can tell you that. I can tell you that much. I
Really?
don't want to give you the details. I don't want to give you the inner workings of how he feels, but he does.
man, I don't work for Adobe, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he totally went online and he just ripped it right off the site. I mean, it was
Wait,
nothing.
wait.
It was nothing. He literally just went and just, bang, come here, Premiere! Let's go! This is a robbery! Let's go! Took it, ran, and
Put the
then he used
software in the
I
bag.
guess technically I would download a car.
Boom. Nice.
Well, you can now with 3D printers.
Oh yeah. You can also print guns now, apparently.
Yeah.
How about you
Print
print
guns.
a wage for me, Hayden?
You
Oh,
can
that's
You wish. We have no money. Who do you think we are?
I,
this channel runs off of Christmas gifts.
Yes. The Christmas spirit keeps this channel afloat.
Why do you think we
Yeah, we
always
are,
have that
5
New
years, less
Year
than 200
live stream or
subs.
whatever?
5 years. It's called
Jesus.
major growth, you know?
Big ups, Chief. This is what happens when you start a channel when you're 12. You
Yeah.
get nothing. You
Well-
literally get nothing.
You get dominated by everyone else.
No one
Yeah.
wants to watch a bunch of kids.
One day we're gonna hit our peak.
kids want to watch.
200 subs.
200 subs, yeah. At 200 subs, Riley will
Hey,
wax my stomach.
Hey, you'll get there someday.
God, I hope.
Someday over the rainbow.
Yeah, you're at a 187.
Yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job, you know.
Thanks,
hang on,
Connor.
hang on.
We keep making these podcasts. I mean, obviously, we're bound to get 13 more subs from this amazing content.
The advice that I would give you is sell out as soon as you can.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
we're
Find
trying.
all the games
Oh,
that
I didn't do
people
the
play,
read.
and then clickbait it so much that someone obviously stupid enough to click on it will click
Oh my
on it.
god, I'm so stupid. Speaking of
Us.
selling out, I completely forgot to sell out already. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Is there an
see,
ad?
You're already slipping up.
All right.
Do we have an ad?
we have an
No,
ad?
I'm just gonna read the script.
Are you guys for real sponsored?
No, no.
No.
But I was gonna read.
Buy
I'm just gonna read what I have. This
Books are good.
isn't supposed to go here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the No Views podcast. Before we start this episode, have you ever wanted to advertise your business or channel on air for a new audience to see? Click the link in the description below or the card above the video to check out how you can advertise with OverbyNetworks. Whether you're a small business, new channel, or just trying to bring awareness to a product, OverbyNetworks would love to host your ad on the podcast or another video. If you go to OverbyNetworks.com, you can see our advertising page, and if you're interested, maybe help us sell out a little bit, and maybe
Damn.
get 5 people to look at your whatever you want us to
See,
promote.
I just
Yeah.
love your commercial accent that you just like got into when you were speaking about that. That was just perfect. You know.
Thank
it-
you.
Yeah, it felt like
all
it
the standards.
felt like it was a real. It felt like a real ad read. Jeez.
I mean, it was just great.
Thanks,
All right, so are
guys.
we gonna get into questions now, or
man.
Yeah, hold on. Before we do that, I want to talk more about
interesting stories?
Neo and how me and Neo met.
Oh
Basically,
yeah.
it's
And our dark past.
Yeah. Yes.
By the
Dark
way, nice cat.
Oh, thanks. They're talking about my Discord profile, which is a picture of a cat eating pizza. Because the thing that I find the funniest is animals doing random stuff. For the longest time before it was that picture of that bat with the
oh
the like
the one
somebody was
crying?
holding a Pepsi next to it. and like my picture was just a very zoomed in and pixelated picture of the bat like screaming.
We love a deep fried meme.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
It wasn't deep fried. I
Was
just
it
You
just
like dead ones
pixelated?
too here.
It was. If I can find it, I'll
Do you
give it to
know
you so you
the
can
way?
put it up, so people know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, but me and Neo met on a TeamSpeak server called Rooster Speak. It's basically just like a fan TeamSpeak for Rooster Teeth, and we met on there. And I don't remember how it was exactly that we became like closer on the Discord, but we had one running joke for a little bit that got old at some point of Neo like adopting me or something, because I was the youngest person on that server by like a solid few years. So that
Yeah.
joke came up about him like adopting me and me being like his son happened
Yeah,
for a
you-
little bit.
I cannot
Sounds
find-
legit.
I cannot find this image, but I'll find it before you have to upload the thing, and you can put it up.
Perfect.
It's a great image. It's animals just doing random shit. It always makes me laugh. And, like I always try to set. I wanted to have my picture on Twitter be that one picture of me with Santa and I was crying. Like I just think that's really funny.
Yeah,
And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I love that
and it's-
picture.
But like I mean,
Santa's putting his hand somewhere where he.
Okay,
No.
Lucas. All right. All right. Yeah, let's calm it down. Let's calm it. Let's take it down about 3 notches there, squirrely Lucas.
the
Take
rest
it down about 20 to 30% there.
the rest of that image was my sister was on his the other side of his lap, and I believe the reason I'm looking like up to the ceiling like that is because they were like, you know, they're trying to work with kids, and like I was like looking at Santa screaming, and like they were trying to get me to at the very least face the camera. So like, so I was looking at him, and then he just got me to turn long enough so they could take an image, and it was me like you could see it like if you turn my head, it's like I'm looking up at Santa. I was just like in a split second, just turn around.
Oh man,
That's pretty amazing, man.
Santa's kind of scary when you think about it.
Now clowns.
Clowns.
Those things.
I actually am not afraid of clowns. I love clowns.
That's actually.
You're a
Very
very
unique.
brave
With
man.
clowns, but I don't want to hang with them.
Clowns are great. It's like
want to hang with them. You're so
Clowns trying to hang out for me.
When your clown calls
I'm
you up,
backing out.
like, bro, you want to hang out? Be like, nah.
Sorry, man. I gotta go home.
My mama told me I can't hang out with y'all no more.
you know, if I was one of those crime bosses that would go in, and he'd have some weird thing where he's
Yo,
like,
Joey.
you know, has dogs or something. It was like, so we just added security, but then like I would be the one that has like a clown that's at the deal, and they're like, what the hell is this? Is like, I like a little comedy in my life. They're like,
I
yeah,
like
but
to be a bit of a clown.
I like it. Yeah, I'm like the Suedo Joker.
No
It's like,
clowning around in here.
Oh my god.
I'm a
Oh,
pony.
yeah.
Oh, Lucas.
it's like
you're-
it's like a weapons
that's a
deal. And it's
timeout.
like, these weapons deals are always so serious.
Why so serious?
No, he like walks up. All right, so where's the money? Like on the little red nose on his, like the red little ball on his nose. All right, Bill. So
He's
where's
got his
the
big
money?
big shoes
I'm sorry,
on.
man. I'm sorry, man. I don't got it. I don't got it. The
Yeah,
truck
like,
ran off and I
imagine-
couldn't
Don't
do it.
got it.
It's like, I see.
Like, li-
And like he walks out like massive shoe. Like,
like,
I see we have a little problem here.
it's like one of the guys comes in and is like, Larry, you've disappointed me for the last time, and I'm like, it's this whole real visceral scene where I have to like shoot someone in the head, and then it just pans to the left, and there's a clown in the background.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It just goes toot toot.
And then a shot. Then just one
Gotta make
gunshot.
a, new crime movie, and it's gonna be great.
he's the ultimate downfall of them. It's like there was a clown. That's our only
The
lead.
trailer should be.
Just a bunch of honking.
Be like, he's somehow gotten into our system. How has he done it?
He left his calling card. The balloon animal. The balloon animal.
Oh, he's pulling up. What is this?
1-800.
The entire
688
syndicate comes out of a clown car.
776.
Pulls out 60 dudes crawl out of a clown car.
Oh my
All
god,
that Tommy
talking about
guns.
balloon animals. I was just thinking about like he's like torturing some dude. He's like, I see, so you're not gonna talk to me, eh? And he like pulls out a little balloon. He's like, let me show you a bit of my skills. And just starts like hanging him, making an animal out of the balloon. Like making a balloon while he's wrapped around his neck. Holy crap. So we
that's
want to
dark.
talk now before I finish the elephant? Because as soon as I tie this last knot,
You want to have?
we're gonna be saying night night.
Every time you lie to me.
Oh.
You just hear like the shitty squeaking of the latex. He's like, please
So
no.
we want to talk now.
John, your
Ah,
mic.
jeez.
Your mic's in the
Hey,
thing.
you
Almost
do your
finished.
mic
We're in
up.
the trenches again.
It's killing me, man.
Please no. I have a
Why
latex
does
allergy.
that? Oh my god.
Space
Not
just
the
swelling up.
latex. Please, just do anything else. Come on, man.
Just fucking shoot me, man.
Just kill me.
I
Just
never
kill me.
signed up for this.
Oh,
Oh my god.
John,
dude,
help me.
Calm down.
Oh, what?
That's
Oh.
I just
That's
muted
kind of what
John.
that's kind of what it sounds like
Yeah,
when they
that's
make
what the
balloon
balloons will
animals.
sound like. But I just had to. Oh, he unmuted himself.
Doing it. Holy crap.
I
Like
can't
this man
believe
tries
you.
to server mute me like he's something special.
I don't get that.
All right, well,
Man. Okay.
Jesus.
Cheers,
Oh,
clown
man.
stories
I'm
right
ready
there.
to
What?
start talking.
I know you didn't
God,
just
why when he was
server mute
talking?
me. I'm
God,
about
why
to
when he was
take
talking?
you out. I'm about to kick
I
you.
got him.
I
What,
love
you gonna kick me?
I love coming up with this. Like I have a friend. we have a inside joke about like a kind of superhero or like an agent film where the guy has a supernatural ability to teleport to anywhere in the world, but he has to be shitting in the toilet. Like so whenever he shits, he gets teleported to a new location. And like,
Well, you just have to teleport to another bathroom, right?
you,
know, he finds
yeah,
some-
you
He
tell
finds
him
like the love of his
you
life
could-
and he lives in the perfect life, and then he realizes like one day he just eats Taco Bell. It's like, oh no.
So then, like, but like it eventually became that he could control it. But we were just making shit up. And then like, what if he broke into like a government facility? And then he's like, what is it? What is
He
he, an
got his
agent?
newspaper,
What
and
is it?
like it just spawns in front of the Pentagon. And he's just like, oh.
And then we thought there's that movie called The Looper, and we thought, what if this one
Oh.
was called The Pooper?
You're talking about this on Center, right?
No, it was just like we just came up with it in a call once,
God,
and like
That was amazing.
thought, what if the main villain had like a clown assistant? Just like, he's like the most visceral villain ever. He's like killing people, and then he just like has a clown in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, Pooper, you've come.
He's got a fluffy cat that he's
And
petting.
it has like the
What the
toilet
crap is going on? I was
got-
just sitting down.
he's got the toilet paper on his shoe, and he's like, I'm back, baby.
I'm not the pooper this city needs.
He
But I am the
sharts
one it
and he's
deserves.
gone. He's like, all right,
It's
I
like,
don't
oh
need
wait,
to
I'll be
teleport
back
right
in
now.
just a second. Oh wait, I'll be back in just a
He's like-
second.
He's like, he reveals that he has the upper hand on the villain, and the villain's like, you've got to be shitting me, and the guy's like, you're damn right.
No, he's like got him like right where he wants. He's like, hang on, before you kill me, can you let me go take a massive dump? And then they go. He's like, all right, that's
He's
your
like,
last thing.
and
And he
he-
goes and then he walks in the door. He's gone. He's like, no.
He's like, any last word? Any last words, Mr. Pooper? Yes. Can I use the bathroom before you do this? Sure.
I've got to go
And that
number
was his
2.
downfall.
What are his last words? He just
No.
drops his pants.
Last words? Yeah.
What happens if he has diarrhea? Is it like
Well, then I think he gets sent to New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
He goes back in time.
Time travel.
When he gets the runs, it's just he's everywhere. He goes across the
yeah, when
country.
he just like
I imagine the
distorts
main
time
villain's
as a
about
whole.
to kill him, and then he has diarrhea, goes back in time, and is able to fix his mistake.
You
because of it.
prevent
He's like,
yourself
all
from
right,
eating that Taco
and now
Bell.
prepare to die. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is that smell? And then just like, he's like, time just like stops and like bends around and just disappears. It's like, no, my floor.
That's the smell of defeat.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Who's gonna clean this?
Yeah. The janitor
Oh my
comes in,
God.
he's like,
That's
oh
a good question.
shit.
That's a good question. What is this conversation?
Yeah, Caroline. That's a
Wow.
great
Yeah, this
Great
conversation
I
went
don't know how this
down the
divulges
drain.
into different
I hate
Man,
myself.
We flushed this one out of the water.
Guess you could say we've shit this one out. Oh.
Ooh.
Eh,
Yeah, no.
Man, we
I'm gonna do something I've never done before and share this on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Got some Facebook homies
Facebook.
on here.
Whoa.
Facebook alert. Actually, just kidding. I had to make a Facebook fan, so.
Oh, you had to make a
Oh, hi,
Facebook for band.
Yeah, it's like, cause like our group is on Facebook, so that's how I keep up with all the news and stuff.
Oh.
Because
Wait, you have a Facebook?
yes, I have a Facebook.
Oh.
Yo,
I haven't
God, what
posted
are you like
anything.
30? No, I'm
I haven't posted anything on. I just have it so I can see, like, catch up on band news. That's it.
My bad news. I get it through the book of face. All right. You know what? We've had
You know
fun,
what?
but now it's time to grill our boy Neo.
And
And
now
by
it's time
grill, I
to
mean
eat
some
some
low ball
slime.
questions.
Oh wait, I thought we were going to sleep. Sorry about that.
Man,
Good night.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you, John.
What are you tired? No, don't even start this. Don't even start this. I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you. I can't do anything right. I can't even keep anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not tired of it. I'm not tired of it. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What are you gonna say?
That was impressive, having your voice that high for that long.
Were you able to like breathe during that little exchange? Because
I mean,
you can
a
go
little
places
bit,
with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know, if you take a
I can
deep
switch
breath.
my voice amazingly.
You want to sing
See,
Dream On real
I used to be able to go pretty high, but
I can still go really high.
quick? John, sing Dream
I'm
On.
actually
I mean, with the drone.
interested. The only thing I can really change my voice is to like a Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh,
Frog here. Today we were going to be learning about
oh my God, that's
You
pretty good.
I love that.
Today we're gonna be learning about Judaism.
Is this propane?
Wait, you gotta do the thing. That's mustard gas. Oh, I forgot.
That's not. I haven't actually watched King of the Hill. I just.
Okay.
Oh, I love King of the Hill. John, you remember Pocket Sand?
Yeah, I watched an episode where like Bobby and who is it, Peggy? They grilled burgers they used propane instead of charcoal, and they loved it. And while Hank was gone, like they kept like grilling in like the middle of nowhere so he wouldn't find out because they loved it.
King of the Hill Bridge win. Oh,
never-
also, Neo, are you gonna change the are you just gonna change closed captions channel name, or are you gonna open a new channel for it, or?
We're gonna change the name of the channel itself.
Okay. I was
So
wondering
how'd you
about
come
that.
up with the name itself? Is
For,
it, like,
for press X or closed captions?
either one, honestly.
Well, closed captions is actually a pretty funny story because before it was called closed captions, it was called the pre-stream crew,
Oh yeah.
which
I remember
which
that.
we had that name because the way we met was by joining the Twitch live stream for the Art Rooster Teeth Extra live stream. I forget what year it was. I think it was like 2014 or 2015.
Yeah.
And so we called ourselves the pre-stream crew, and then we figured out that once the stream started, the chat was just going to become spam. So we wanted to take all the nice conversations we were having with other people somewhere else, and we made a Skype group, and we called it the pre-stream crew.
I got
And
you.
then- And then a long time after that, we decided that we were going to be our own thing, but we couldn't keep calling ourselves the pre-stream crew because it wasn't really relevant to what we are. and I forget. I know the conversation turned into like trying to think of a name, and then someone just said closed captions for some reason, and like some of us had our minds clicked. It was like, that sounds like a great name, and so we're just like, that's what we'll go with.
All right.
And the
Good choice.
the decision to change the press X actually happened recently.
Mhm.
It was my idea, and what I decided was, like, I had been watching a lot of other people's content and thinking, if we ever want to go and work with these other bigger channels, then I would want to, and you say like, all right, we're gonna be joined by what, and then
Closed captions or press X. Okay, I kind of
I
see
thought
the.
closed captions was a kind of generic and weird name to have for that. And press X, we actually came up with after I had proposed this idea to switch the channel name.
Mhm.
So we just thought of it as like a kind of gaming thing. So it's like press X.
Okay, I
Nice.
gotcha. How about your actual username, like NEOMINISTER? Like, I know everyone has like a specific story for a username. Like for me, I got Swiss568 from Club Penguin, which is a little weird.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So,
yeah!
I
mean,
had a Club Penguin account.
yeah, I mean,
it
I
was
think
n-
probably every one of us at some point.
I
actually-
definitely did.
So I mean, honestly, it was the like Puffles.
Clubbing was the place to be.
I'm
Yeah,
getting you guys viewers, by the way. They're all
Yeah.
joining because I'm sending it out. You have
Wait,
5 viewers right now.
We got 5
Yeah.
watching right now.
Yeah, that's
That's a
impressive.
record high, boys.
I had a Club Penguin account, and so my first actual like username ever was Rudaka123
Uh-huh.
because I was a huge fan of Bionicle, and there was a Bionicle called Rudoka.
Yeah.
Oh, Bionicle.
So, no, I was Rudoka. The original Bionicle was Rudaka, I think. I don't know. It was one of those. If you look it up, you'll find out. But that was my technical first ever username, and then
Rusted Ham in the chat. Off. Shout out
that's
Rusted Ham.
that's Rusted Ham. He does the voice of Yo Watanabe in Love Pre-Recorded.
Okay.
Love Bree.
She's the normal haired girl because they all fucking weird ass hair, but she's the one with normal hair.
Mm.
Put that puss on a cutting board. Damn, Russ.
Dang.
Dang. Lyricism.
So NEOMINISTER came up with just like I was writing stories in high school, and one of the characters that I one day the actual name is I came up with the same way I came up with pretty much every name that I come up with in stories, is I just said it
Okay.
and thought that it sounded cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it does sound pretty cool when you say
I
that.
just thought NEOMINISTER one day. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And then wrote a story about it where it's a guy who like shows up in this town with no memory of who he is. And he sees this guy preaching out to a bunch of people, and he has like bullshit preaching ideals, like he's saying stuff that doesn't make sense. So it goes up
I
and says,
gotcha.
what you're saying doesn't make sense, and he talks him down, and everyone's like, oh, you're so great, you can be the new minister. So they just for short start calling him NEOMINISTER when he tells them that he doesn't know his name.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
okay. That is a pretty unique story.
Yeah.
A little bit better than Club Penguin.
Yeah,
See, the way I got my name is a little bit different. So.
we come from Club Penguin. You know, I feel like we all come from there a little bit.
A little bit. There's a little bit of Club
little
Penguin
bit.
in all of us.
I didn't play Club Penguin until like
No, I can tell you
it's, like,
also why.
past 20. It was like past 2012 or something. I played it with like one person for like an hour, and that was it. And then
And
got
I
off.
can tell you pretty much the same thing. I played it for maybe 3 days, and I paid monthly subscription, and then I never played it again.
Oh, I did.
Wow.
I played it. I played it every day after school because I had no friends.
Yeah.
that was my elementary school experience, John.
Oh,
Before I was in your and Lucas's
Yes.
class, I played
Hey,
Club
remember
Penguin
fourth
every
grade
day.
library math ninja. Oh my god!
You remember that
Oh, I
one
do
loop
remember
from
that.
GarageBand that was
Pop
Math
Tropica.
Ninja?
Yes. Yeah. The Math Ninja Garage Band freaking loop. Oh my lord. Math Ninja was the funnest thing.
Yeah.
So
I remember after you left, we still went to the library. I think I still played Math Ninja.
This time alone.
Yeah, this
I
time
thought
alone.
I was really thought it was funny how at high school it was like they banned websites that had like games on them and shit, and they banned Club Penguin, which was a child's game.
It's really, really stupid.
It was
Some
like,
of the stuff
wow.
they ban on these laptops that they assign us is
They
we
banned
always- we always
OverbyNetworks.com.
found a way. We always
Yeah.
found a way against all of it. Like
no. It says this is a unsecure website.
It's the worst. I hate it.
well,
I just
well,
wanna look
yeah,
at my website.
there was a guy when I went to high school. There was a guy who had a USB drive that had Call of Duty 1 in it, and he would go around giving people the USB drive.
We used
That
to
happened at your school,
have this
didn't it, Luke?
Used
airdrop,
airdrop focus. Yeah,
And
we airdrop
we
Modern
had-
Warfare 4. Or,
and then we had Halo for a little bit, which got blocked.
oh, Halo was so much fun.
that
I
was-
don't know
that
if you ever tried out the mods for that game, Lucas. The mods for that game were incredible.
Yeah,
They had,
I mean,
like,
a
some
lot
really
of it,
crappy
a lot of it was
Combat
a lot of
Evolved?
fun. And
Yeah, it was Combat
what
Evolved.
really sucked is for some reason, even I guess they thought it was distracting people, and so they were like, "Oh, we can't have this." And they also took out like Agario, Slitherio. Basically, if it was an IO game, might
Yeah.
as well be blocked. And it really is kind of sad that we have all of these things that could, take time.
Rusted
us to
Ham just
play.
dropped some knowledge in the chat.
Thing,
Oh, let me
have
hear.
it blocked.
He said, I'm pretty sure most school boards use a master list for blocking, so the same websites that are blocked for 10-year-olds are blocked for 17-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. It was just like stupid was what I was getting at.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Doinks.
So
all right, can't wait for that interview.
All right, I'm ready.
man,
I'm
that
ready.
that, that username was my first
John.
question.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, we're
Let's,
just going to
uh,
mute John for half a
He's
second.
getting us
He can unmute himself
assimilated.
when he fix it.
All right. So I'm ready to ask.
man,
you.
how am I supposed to tell when I fixed it, Chief? If I'm muted, I can't see the green. Got a dumb kid alert.
Get a green. Got that green.
All right, Lucas. I
Alright.
only have a couple if you want to. I'm
I
interested
can
in
go
yours
ahead.
if you want to go ahead
So
and begin laying out.
Neo, so you have like 175,000 views on your channel and 1.4 subscribers. What is not 1.4 subscribers, 1.4 thousand
It's
subscribers?
It's not
What's
bad.
that like?
Um,
Because you have it's because you have appealed to a pretty huge number of people. Like that's an entire city has
yeah.
watched and seen your videos at some point. So
Um,
that's pretty.
It's really what it is just like we found the one thing that we're good at,
Mhm.
and it's always been like trying to entertain ourselves. Like we've always tried to entertain ourselves. We always knew, okay, abridged parodies are what we thought was funny, so we try to make one that makes us we think is funny because people take forever to upload their own.
Mhm.
And I was like, we can make ours whenever we want. So we just started making one, and thought, oh, abridging anime is kind of fun, so we just started doing that, and then really before we knew it, we had that many people subbing and watching and whatnot, and so it kind of came out of nowhere. I guess it still hasn't really registered.
Do you feel kind of famous almost in a way?
A little. I'm kind of aware of the fact that people know like who I am.
God, that is a lot of
Um,
people. Like obviously, we're not in the millions or whatever,
Yeah.
but that's still
That's a big doink.
fills a stadium of people.
That is tons.
Actually, like 2 stadiums or 3 or 4. It's
All right.
pretty good. Sorry, I'm getting a little off track.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. But like the main thing is I never really noticed that we had that many people until like around Christmas was when we hit 1,000, and so I just thought of it like, oh, it's just like a Christmas present. I made a joke about it, but it was like,
Yeah.
at that point it was like, wow, there really is 1,000 people that have subscribed to our channel. So it was just like, stick around, like hope you stay.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of hope that like things go well. Yeah, it's the same as starting out. Like you kind of like start making stuff just for fun, and you think, oh, I hope people like this. Even if they don't, this is still a video that I can watch that I think is great. And when you're at that level of like 1,000 subs or 1,500 subs, you just kind of have that feeling of like, well, I hope people watch it. You know,
That's pretty sweet.
um, I the main thing is I hope I don't fuck it up and do something that people hate. Like, um, but yeah, with like selling merch now and like doing center, if now it's starting to feel like we're a real channel. Like
Mhm.
we were just doing abridged parodies before, but now we're doing like our own content. And I've got a book right here, literally a book right here that has a short written in it that I'm going to make and like have that be our first original series.
Okay.
So
Pretty sweet. All right.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to
Good
that.
answer. I like it.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right. So I've got another question. So, for you, what is your best video?
Best
Ooh.
video is Black Ops 4 multiplayer gameplay.
Okay,
I
I
know
did
that
see
one.
that. That was really funny.
That's
How
the
long did it take you to make something like that?
that
Does it-
actually only took like around a week.
Only a week? Okay, because that was pretty insane. That was
That
pretty.
that episode of that series was like that series at that point had just been like I was literally doing all the voices myself and I wasn't even writing it. I was just watching the source material and making it up as I went along.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, it's pretty funny. But I did like 4 episodes of it, and it kind of started to feel like I was just like, I'm trying too hard at this point.
Hmm.
Um, so I got my friend Jake, and I was like, can you watch this anime with me and help me make fun of it? And he was like, sure. And then we came up with that episode, like that
Yeah.
what was in that, and I was like, do you want to do half the voices too? And so we just recorded what we did, and it felt like shit. We were like, oh, this is well, we can make this funny. So I just edited it and was like dicking around in Premiere and just like trying to make the stupid jokes even stupider. And like there was one point it was like we need like some kind of transition from this scene into the next, and just straight up going into the next shot didn't feel right. So I was like, I'll make a title slide. And the title slide just said, "It's not abridged if the balls don't touch," which was just like it was a combination of like we were just saying like this isn't abridged. This isn't an abridged parody. This is just a parody. And so
Yeah.
it was like it's not abridged. And then I thought, if the balls don't touch, oh yeah. And it just kind of worked. It just kind of worked. I mean, and
Yeah, 'cause I absolutely love watching that video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably watch it again because it was just an
It-
Love
amazing.
Pre 6. That's my favorite. That's my favorite
God.
closed captions video. I love pre-recorded 6.
that one's a
A
culmination of a lot of shit.
49-minute magnum opus.
A lot of the writing for that comes from a very personal place.
Yeah.
And like stuff that happened in my life. And so like the last time I watched it was with a friend or something, and that was a long time ago. And I was like, I don't need to watch it. I feel like
Yeah.
that series started out as like, oh, it'd be a fun thing to entertain ourselves with, but then it just kind of became something I needed to tell people, and it was like,
No, definitely.
and
That episode was heavy.
at that time in my life, there's this. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't watched it, so I'll give you a spoiler warning now. But at the end of that episode, if you remember, there's a shot where you can hear the radio voices all saying like stuff, and then it just starts to cut down to the beginning of each one. So they're saying like their first word of each sentence becomes, "This is a cry for help," and at the time it was.
Yeah.
It was like I was trying to tell people like, I'm in a very bad place, and this 49-minute video, I'm hoping to get enough attention with it so that people realize that I'm doing very poorly.
Hmm.
Yeah, man.
And then it came out, and like the reception of it was so great, and people understood the point so well. It made me so happy. And then we did Black Ops 4 multiplayer gameplay like very shortly after that, because it was just like we just want to do the weird. We can do edits like we did in episode 6 so well that it was like, oh, let's just do them for fun.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
want to talk about what happened after Love Pre-6 with I understand that's like super personal, so I completely understand if
you
not.
mean like what happened with the person it was about?
No, I don't know anything. I'm
like-
talking about the you made a visit to
Oh yeah, I eventually went to the hospital and got help, and I couldn't be better now. Like
that's
I'm in
awesome.
a way better place now.
Good
And-
dude, man.
We're actually writing the next episode 7, and I know like I still want it to be like a very serious kind of show, or like it's comedy, but it's also has a very serious point.
Mhm.
And the next episode's kind of idea, like it's like the last episode was like depression. This next episode is unrequited love,
Yeah.
and like how it feels to be friend zoned, or
So you have a sort of comedy, but you have these deeper themes.
yeah, because you can
kind
do that. You can blend genres. You can
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like it's just like real life. How it's not just cut and dried, being funny, being serious. Some people
Yeah, it's like a gray area. Sort of.
some people are funny because of tragedy, and some tragedy comes from comedy, and you can't have one without the other. And there's so many different ways to tell so many different types of stories that I just want to try and do that, like do something no one's ever seen before.
Love
Okay.
Pre-6 definitely accomplished
And
that.
Black Ops 4, that was a
Yeah,
fucking hilarious video.
that one might get serious too. Like that new game series might get serious too, just because like it has a potential for that, and I really want to just blindside people with it. To like, oh yeah, another episode of this funny. Why am I crying?
That's
Um,
good.
One of the edits in episode 6 was when the one girl disappears,
Oh
Like,
yeah.
and she says goodbye and just disappears. That was my proudest edit. It was like I had to redo the backgrounds for that, and like one point I literally I went to an artist and was like, can you remove this girl from the shot? and it ended up being color graded, so you couldn't even really see the details that well. But the edit was just so well done.
Yeah, the quality of the abridged series that you guys do. I mean, it is all the edits, or
It kind of
I mean, it's
reminds me of
fantastic.
like that Team 4-star abridged episodes from like Dragon Ball Z, which I
Yeah.
really liked.
I've never watched Team 4-Star other than Helsing, but yeah. In fact, that was actually one of the scenes that was in episode 6. There was a scene where they're in the club room talking, and the one girl's like really frustrated about something, and they all don't really know what she's talking about. But she says like, "Oh, Muse did this, Muse did that. This is a lot like Muse." If you take that scene and replace every time she says Muse with Team 4-Star, you'll kind of see the point. Because like a lot of people compare stuff to that, and like
Yeah.
they sometimes shit on people's work, not ours. Like we haven't really ever been compared to them, but some people would just go and shit on some other people and like say, "Oh, Team 4-Star was way better." I was like,
No,
why
I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I know, obviously.
But that's like my only experience with Team 4-Star, really.
I got you.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that
Sorry
content.
about that. That's fine.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want you to be like, oh. No, but that's like my only experience with them is seeing other people compare that. It's really shitty. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, as far as I know, they're not bad people. They
Yeah.
just have kind of weird fans.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
makes
fans of
sense.
Team 4-Star. Oh, oh my goodness. they are a confusing bunch. I watch their videos, but I wouldn't say I'm just like just a super. I've only seen like I've only watched DBZA, and I watched the Digimon abridge that they did because I love
really?
Digimon. But yeah, they're like synonymous with the bridging. So you always have those people that are just gonna be like, whenever they hear bridging, they're obviously like, oh, Team 4-star.
I do know quite a few of the Schmuck Squad, and that was one of the groups that I watched before getting into bridging. So like getting to work with them was really cool. Coffin Jockey was one of the main Schmuck Squad people, and he did the voice of Love Live in, or he did the voice of like the thing in Love Live. He did like the ominous voice in Love is Free. So he's been really supportive of that too. Like his performance is great because like eventually what the character is a big reveal, but like when you go back and see his voice credit in all of the previous episodes, you're kind of like, oh shit. So it's something big, but it's also like something really personal. Is the role?
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, oh shit, but then you're like, oh shit.
All right, so those are all of pretty much my questions.
All
I
right.
had, so
I'm ready to get into this. Before
You're
we
up, Hayden.
before we start talking about the abridged series, one thing that John would like to know, because I don't know if he knows this or not, but Neo, you make a good bit of music.
Oh yeah.
You do that. I've seen you do that a lot on streams, and also your older songs from before closed captions. I just kind of want to ask you about what really got you into making music, and what goes through your mind whenever you're making new tracks. Just because I've listened to your music, I've put on in the background while I'm working on stuff before, and yeah, I was really curious about that. Aside from the abridging.
Well, fun fact: I was originally forced to do music. Back when I was in middle school, I was in 6th grade, and my sister, I think, was going into high school, and she was, I think our mom forced us to do.
On God, mute me again. I swear to God.
Is so bad while
On God, mute me again. On God.
What if I do it?
Here, I just locally muted him so the stream can't hear him.
Cool. So, yeah, our mom was like forced my sister to do marching band for some reason, and I was in 6th grade going into 7th grade, and somehow my mom got it so that I was in band, that I had to take band in 7th grade, and I was like, hell no, I'm not doing band. I don't want to do band. I don't feel like doing band. I ended up doing band, and I just played snare drum, and it was shit. It was really shitty because like the guy was really creepy, and and I didn't know any of the people that were in it, so it was like really awkward. We never talked about anything. And so I did that for 7th and 8th grade, and then when I was in 8th grade, they asked me to be in the indoor percussion group for the high school, and immediately I flipped and took it as like, oh yeah, bitches. I was like, I'm doing this now. Fuck all of y'all. I'm doing high school shit. And no one probably cared at all, but it was really like my moment. And then
no, all of the other band kids are like, damn.
Yeah.
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 And
Middle
so-
school band is honestly
John's
the
in band,
worst.
dude.
Percussion?
I've been in bands since 7th grade,
Did you hear
and
David Jua? Hear about?
and
Neo
middle
Jua,
school was
high
rough
school bands.
because you're kind of like in the in between, like you're kind of like everything technical. I hate the technical side of band. I hate the technical side of like a general music making. Technical stuff is a lot of times it's what I focus on last rather than doing it as I go. But then once I got into high school and I did marching band, I enjoy marching. I enjoy marching band as a whole a lot more than concert band, but I enjoy concert band because a lot of times the things I hear in that, I use that to, and I kind of just like mix it around in my head and decide like what I think sounds good if I was gonna make something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, John makes music
Um,
for OverbyNetworks videos. Most
Yeah,
of
He
the
does a
time.
pretty good
mine
job.
is nothing too great. It's just garage band,
I love it.
just the
cheap.
general stuff. I mean,
don't use loops. Thank God. Thank God you
put
actually make
loops.
you actually
No, I
make
don't
what
use
it
loops.
is.
I record my own crap. And
So that was how it started when I like got my own computer and I had this thing called Magix, and I started. That's actually how I made the first album I ever made, which was called Language. As I was just doing throwing loops together, and I feel like some of them were good enough, and they came off of that sounding kind of good. But majority of that album wasn't really that good, and then I just kind of like was trying to figure out something to do like that was good, and so I ended up doing band and indoor percussion and marching band. I eventually became the sound cart guy, and I would like play piano and
oh yeah, in the
sound
pit.
cart. So
Yeah.
and then I kind of like was like, oh, I like this technical stuff. So I ended up after graduating high school, I ended up getting two of my own synths, and like starting to make music with those. I also got FL Studio, and I've just been making music on that ever since.
So
And,
have you used GarageBand? Like,
I used it like once.
have you?
It was like confusing, so I didn't.
See, I've used that since middle school. That's like I made loop songs. Hayden, you still use some of my loop songs in like Cookies and Cream.
Yeah,
You
I
use
it as
those all the
background
time.
stuff.
Yeah, you use them all the time. I've been looking for a new one because I'm tired of GarageBand. I'm tired of like how I feel like all the instruments that I ever use are so old to me. I just want something new. I just want like a whole new thing with more power.
Yeah, FL Studio is great for sequencing and whatnot. A lot of the plugins are very expensive, but I have the one plugin I bought was Harmless, and I've been using that for a lot of things. Uh, Speaking of Love Pre-Recorded 6, there are some tracks of original music in that, like when the girl jumps over them. Before and after that shot where it shows the Gorillaz song, before and after that was
Oh.
actually before and after
Yes.
that was music that I actually wrote. Just based off of how the scene was progressing. Like I put in all the dialogue and I edited it and all, and then I was just like, let's get the tone of this, and then it just turned into like kind of 80s, sort of like and it's
Yes,
kinda
I
like,
remember that.
like people have told me it sounds like Blade Runner, and so I'm like, I haven't watched Blade Runner yet, but now I kind of feel like I have to because people say my shit sounds a lot like Blade
Obligated.
Runner. But as for that, eventually, very recently, after I was when I was in the hospital, I decided I was gonna start a band called The Spectrum. And,
Okay.
and so we're gonna have the first album that's gonna have is gonna be called Analysis. And we're working on it right now. We have one song that just needs to have vocals for it, and then just a few other like things we're working on for it.
Yeah,
It'd
you posted a track, Gossamer?
Yeah, Gossamer.
Yeah.
That was just something I was just playing around on my microcord for a little bit with like cutoff turned all the way down, and I wanted it to sound like it was something someone was playing in the background of something. But yeah, and so like when I was editing the video, I just threw in like nighttime ambience and shit like that. Put some reverb on it, and I was like, oh, it's like somebody's playing in an abandoned cathedral or something. And that's what the background ended up being too. It was just like a church.
Yeah.
So.
All right, yeah, but all right. Okay, now that we know about your music, which I've been curious about that for
long story short, music to me is just like another way of telling stories. So
and that's very true.
I feel that. Too. That's so good.
Because like music inspires emotions.
Yeah.
Which, you know, when you hear.
Yeah, so you just gotta let it be the other way around if you want to make music. You gotta let your emotions inspire the music.
Are you, whenever you're making music, just like it's like my only like at it. Like, have you ever felt like just I don't know if you're like the same way, but sometimes when I'm making stuff and I just can't, I can't get what I want. Like I'm thinking of something, but I can't quite put it down. I can't quite get it down, and I'm just not inspired. Or I'll put something down and I'll just kind of like forget what I was doing, and I'll forget the whole point and just make something like completely random that I didn't mean to make. And sometimes like I'll just make something and just immediately delete it. Like I can't put anything down at all. I have to wait like several days, or I have to wait to like hear the right thing or see the right thing, and then I'm like, okay, I know what I want to do now. You feel that way?
Uh, well, the way I come up, I think this is kind of areas based on how you come up with stuff. And I started out on drums, so like I'm a big drum guy, and I have like, I just like jitter a lot and tap on myself, and I came up with a drum beat based on just doing that. I was just tapping on myself, and I thought about like, okay, what's
Okay.
the beat for that? Put that in, did the drums first, and then thought, what kind of beat is this? Like, does it sound angry or does it sound happy or what? So I did like notes based on that, like if it was a major, minor, and then messing with the synth of it is like, do I want it to sound really angry or really like happy kind of sounding? So it was like really distorted bass, or
Yeah.
is it like a fancy little crystal key or whatever? And then once you figure out what mood it's going to be, you just kind of um, that's how I come up with lyrics. Is like, what do I want to sing about, or what do I want to have the lyrics be about, and then it just kind of comes out. I've been writing for a long time, so it's just kind of like you feel that rhythm. Oh, when you got to keep feeling the rhythm when you come up with lyrics as well. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'll even just like remember how the beat goes. I'll step away and go out for a walk and just start thinking of like what the lyrics would be.
While I was in band camp, I heard something. It wasn't even in the music, but I heard like this certain area, and I started adding in different things in my head. And the whole week, I couldn't get on the computer to actually work on anything because I was going from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whenever I got home, I showered, I went to sleep immediately. I was exhausted. And I finally got the chance, and I put it down immediately. It was like one of those things, and I felt so good. I put it down immediately, got it, uh, and I started like making like trap beats, like really kind of lame, just
Oh yeah.
easy to make. And I was so tired of how easy they were to make, so I started working on orchestra and strings, French horns, trumpets, because I play French horn and mellophone in the marching band. So I love when like certain instruments have, especially instruments that you don't generally hear, like to get like the big, really important parts. Like right now I work on a lot of music for Missing, and I've like decided that my favorite thing to give everything to is the bass. I love bass, everything. I love when it just had like, even if it's like kind of just like supporting for a little bit, but then just like comes out just for a crazy line, just for
Yeah.
a few seconds,
Yeah.
then goes right back into it. That's what I love. I love when everyone is included, everyone gets like their moment to shine.
Yeah.
That's how I like to make my stuff.
Yeah, our fourth season of Missing that we're editing right now, it is all original music. Past 3 seasons, we just use music from like Halo and Red vs. Blue. But finally, in this fourth season, John is making a completely original soundtrack. So we're kind of on our own. Missing it's, for the most part, minus using the Halo engine, it's all in-house. With everything that we're doing. So it's exciting. It's exciting to work on this, but of course, I trust John with our music, hands down. You're a good little chap there, John.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like
No, I'm not a part of that. No.
I'm not good at giving advice, but I know that like I know the one thing that's true is like, if you say you want to do something, then really all that'll ever stop you is you. So
That's facts.
just go out and do it.
That is big facts right there, boys. Hear that, John?
What?
Kid?
No, I was cutting out really bad. Sorry.
All right, you know what? We're just gonna move on.
No. Tell me. Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right
No,
now.
he just said the
Ah,
only
don't
thing
leave me.
stopping you is you. Okay, not you
Oh.
specifically, you, but universal you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you specifically.
All right.
I'm just-
Now I want to get into some stuff about anime and abridging, because that's a lot of the meat and potatoes of closed captions or press X, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
So first of all, a question I love asking people who watch anime or do abridging: what got you into anime in the first place? Like, what's the first series, or how
Oh,
were you
God.
introduced into it?
You want the long answer or the short one?
Give us the long
'Cause,
answer.
like, so, anime in general, like of all time, since the point I was born to when I first discovered it, I originally was like Naruto and Zoids.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like what 10 years old. I just loved watching Zoids and Naruto. I didn't follow Naruto as much as I did Zoids. Zoids was the shit. Um, and then I kind of just fell off of anime after that. After I kind of like grew up, and then, yeah, I didn't really watch any of it until like after I'd graduated high school. This is when I started discovering the anime abridged parodies, and then like, if, my friend Jake told me about one that he said I should watch, and it was called Sword Art Online.
Oh,
And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch that. And he made it sound like it was a comedy, and I was sorely mistaken. Because it was not just a comedy; it was fucking horribly gut-wrenching emotion. And then I watched the second half of the first season, and it was really bad. And I was like, why?
yes. That's how I feel about
Um,
the second half of the first season.
But I started getting into it. I was like, oh my god. So I was like, it's just kind of kept my ear out for other people's opinions of certain anime. And there was one that got mentioned a lot, which was Erased. And I heard like nothing but good things about that. So I was like, okay, I'll just watch Erased then. And the first episode left me with my jaw on the floor. So I was like, oh
Love
yeah.
Erased.
Yeah, I binged all of Erased. And just generally started watching anime after that. Like, got back into it. I discovered memes, and one of the popular memes was Love Live reaction images.
Oh.
And so I was like, I want to see this show that like everyone's talking about, and like, a lot of memes are made off of it.
Yeah.
So I thought Sunshine was the first series. It wasn't. And it was just so stupid that I came up with the script for the first episode of Love Pri just the night I watched it. It was like 3 a.m, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is really stupid."
Oh, I love Love Pri. I'm inclined to love it for a certain reason. That
Oh yeah.
I don't know when that'll be. I don't know when that reason will be.
Oh yeah. I remember now. I remember I asked you to be in it.
No
But
big
yeah,
deal,
no,
boys. No
yeah,
big deal.
it's gonna be a big presentation. That's all I'll say about it.
Oh yeah. That's big presentation, and Hayden go hand in hand, honestly. So, John, good old buddy, gonna be leaving you behind soon. Moving on to Love Pri. I will
Oh, is
miss
that
you.
where you're going?
I'll miss you, but I'm gonna be doing some hard work for Neo here. I'm gonna be his
Oh, how
little voice
unfortunate.
Oh
slave.
yeah, I'm stealing him from you.
You're not stealing them from me. You're doing me a good service. Bud.
Oh, come on.
Well,
No
it
love
was a,
lost.
I mean, there's another thing that I think all 3 of you would be interested in if you.
Ooh. Want
but
to talk
I can
about that
tell you
after?
I can tell you about that later. Yeah.
I would
It'd be
love
like
to hear about that.
like a first ever
A
mention.
business opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Business. Yeah,
God knows
we're
we
a
need
business.
those. Jesus Christ. It's tough. It's tough. Like, you're a G, man. You do everything. You do your own music. You do your own editing. Got that sub count going up.
Neo's
I
great.
can't do none. I don't. If I actually push myself to actually be successful and edit crap and spend my money on a actually good computer and everything of all that, all sorts, I could probably be as successful. But I mean, if Hayden's gonna write some banger scripts, I'm just gonna leave him to it. I'll just do me. I'll just do me and
I'll just
let him
do
handle
me.
it. I mean, why try to challenge? Why try to challenge something like that? It's already pretty good. All right. Just tell me what you want music for. I'll make it. Just let me know. Let me know when we're machinimating.
That's why I love you. But let's move on to some more questions that I have for you. We already touched on a couple of these, but let's talk about some of your contributors to closed captions. You've mentioned your friend Jake. That's Dr. Joker, right?
Yeah, Dr. Joker.
Yes. I want to know about some of the people who work on closed captions, because it's not just you, right? It's somewhat of a collective.
It's supposed to be not just me, but sometimes it feels like that.
I feel
think
that.
Hayden feels the
I
same
feel
way.
you.
Hayden feels the same way about 90% of the time,
Well,
and
But I wanna
the
hear
other
about
8% it's me.
well, the great thing about Jake is that he'll say himself that he doesn't do much for the channel, but he actually does a lot. In that he's my friend, and I run a lot of if there's a decision that I'm not clear about or I'm not sure about, I always go to him first and be like, hey, should we do this? Like the name change, I dragged him into a group chat with the other with our friend Allie, who was one of the few people remaining from back when we were in pre-stream crew. And I always go to him and be like, hey, should we do this for the channel? I try to make it our channel. I never try to have it be my channel. Like, if I'm talking to someone I've never met before, and they're like I say it's like, oh, this is my channel, in that I contribute to it. But
Yeah.
reality is Jake also contributes to it a lot. And whether he admits that or not, I don't do a lot of stuff unless he's offering input to it, like changing the name or the icon or now I'm trying to get him involved in the abridged things that we're doing, like new game. I wanted somebody to do that with. And yeah, so it was like, you want to do half the voices, and then we got another member of I'm gonna just keep calling it closed captions, really, but her name's Camille. She's an old friend of mine, even from Rooster Speak. I don't know if you remember her.
Ooh, I don't know if I remember her. Did she have a tag? Did she go by something else?
Her other name was like Kitty.
Oh yes, I remember her.
I want to get her involved in stuff too. Really, it's just like me trying to get people involved in stuff. And yeah, Camille and I started writing the next episode of the new game thing, and I also read about Jake, and he was like okay with it. And so yeah, there's also Josh, who is relatively new.
Oh, I love Center, the latest episode you guys did. Josh was he was a funny dude from what I saw in Center 4.
Nice. I'm sure he'd be glad to hear that. But yeah, like he's a pretty funny person. He is also I also told him how like being a part of closed captions means being a friend and like understanding what this channel is supposed to be is just entertainment for ourselves that other people like. And he picked that up right away, and we just wanted to work with him on content creation. So he's like, he's really into it.
Yeah.
So he's another person I feel like I can go to advice for, or go to for advice. Fuck. I don't know if there's anyone else. There's Allie, who's like an artist. She's really good, but we don't talk that often. But when we do, it's really good.
Nice.
I think that's it.
Okay. You've talked about the new game series a good bit. So I just kind of wanted to ask, if there's anything else in development over at Closed Captions that you guys want to talk about.
There's always a lot in development.
Yeah.
There's a collaboration between the Midnight Crew and Closed Captions.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter. Do you want to say anything about that?
It's Fairy Tale, but it's like a mint. If you know what a mint is.
Do you want to explain what a mint is? Because I'm sure some of our viewers don't know.
It's just oddball, fastball humor. And so it's like, it's what you'd call a shit post, really, but it's going to be really long, so. There's we're still working on Love Pre-Recorded. We're still working on Dragon Maid. We're still working on eBridge and all the other shit that's been on the channel. It just takes a while to get on top of things.
No, I understand that. I mean,
but
there is so much. You can see how much effort gets put into, every single one of y'all's videos. Do you want to talk about the Day series a little bit more? I know that. Do you want to talk about? you want to talk a little bit about Day?
Series.
The Day series.
Yeah, and
oh my God.
it's like collabing with that comic dub. You want to you want to talk about that at all?
Well, I think the Day series, let me just say, is probably the greatest creation that I've ever made. Simply in the fact that you're asking me that question. Because I find a certain degree of humor in people asking what the fuck. It's always funny to me when no one understands what's going on. And so I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just started uploading random videos that were in my camera roll on my phone and never explained to anyone why it was happening? And that's what the Day series is. So, I figured, okay, it kind of weirds people out too.
Yeah.
So like, I thought, all right, we'll just, I made this comic dub, and I thought the punchline was pretty great. Then I didn't know what to do with the rest of the video, or like I didn't know how to end it. So I was like, I'm just gonna make shit that's really weird and creepy, and have people ask.
So unsettling. The first time I watched that comic dub video, and it just goes into just the, I was so it was like I was so uncomfortable. Not like a bad way. I'd like to think it was the way that you wanted everybody to react whenever they saw what was happening. But I was just like, oh my God, I was so confused.
And it's like coupled with that whole like, if I'm just sticking my dick in your ass, is it really count as rape or what or something? I don't know.
What?
If you haven't seen the video, that's the comic dub that he was reading. With that line.
That's a weird question to ask.
So, like, yeah,
I've heard the other way around, where it's like, if you enjoy it, it's not rape. That's
I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like something that was really funny to me. And like, people always do these comic dubs where they're always so serious about it, and they're always like, so I don't know why no one just does funny comic dubs.
Yeah.
So and then it just kind of got bored with it, and then made it like really weird. So that was pretty good.
Do you plan on making anything else with that, or?
Yeah. Well, like I said, Jake and I collaborate a lot on what we want to do with the channel. And since Day series is technically our first original series, we're always talking about like what we want to do with it, or later on down the line. We always have an idea for something that we could do, and then I'm the one that takes it like, okay, and then I'll fill it in. I'll fill in the gaps with just a bunch of weird bullshit.
Yeah.
So the Day series is eventually going to become something more, but as for right now, it's just videos that I find on my phone.
Okay, no, I get that. I've wanted to ask, but I've been like, I've always
Well,
thought, am I
also-
missing something? Like, is there
it's
something
a-
that I don't understand that's right in front of my face?
It's also sometimes videos that I'll come up with an idea for a video, and then I'll make it, and then like I won't know where else to go with it. So I'll just be like, okay, just put that up as the next day.
Yeah.
So like that one video where I like go outside and I step on the ground and it's really hot. It's
Yeah.
like I didn't know what else to do for that. So it was like, it's a day.
That's a day right there, boys. It's called a wrap on that shoot. That's a day.
When we're actually planning on going, we're in the middle of planning right now to go to SoccerCon 2019.
Oh, is that why you've been talking about going to Seattle?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
hear about that in
Yeah.
your,
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
video.
we're going to Seattle. We're going to stay there for a week and probably vlog every single hour of
Nice.
that week.
No, I
And
feel
know
that.
a lot of good content will come out of that. I will always, but as for like weird shit like day series and whatnot, I always like, I'll just have these like thoughts of like, this would make for a good thing.
Yeah.
If it just like came to fruition. I was just like, it's hard to, I don't know, piece things together sometimes, but like, I think you can do that later.
Yeah.
And just like make weird shit. So, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Yeah. No, now that you've now that you've explained that about just kind of the randomness that goes into it, I feel a lot less stupid. And not like I'm missing anything anymore. I was always kind of wondering if there was like just some kind of joke I was missing the whole time. But that, yeah, you just cleared. I can see clearly now. The brain is gone. Oh, shit. But really, my last couple questions are, it was about Press X, which we already went over. And then I guess Lucas talked about a favorite video of yours. Do you have a favorite abridged series that you guys are doing right now?
I think you kind of, yeah, I think you did ask that at the beginning. It was basically
Yeah.
the new game. It's just like how ridiculous it gets with that.
Yeah.
Is really it. But in terms of like the process of making it, Dragon Maid is like a really kind of like I talk to Naomi Fight a lot, and we just have a lot of fun making that. Like recording things are really great. I'm actually getting new synthesizer equipment to do one of the next episodes
Nice.
where she talks to her dragon form, and I play the dragon form. So like
Ah,
that's been that's one of those things that I try to hide, and then it becomes revealed at the end. Like
Yeah.
if you go through and watch each episode of Dragon Maid, you'll see it like I do the dragon voice for Toru, and they're always happening at the same time. So you're just kind of like, oh, well, why am I listed there as the dragon voice? And you'll see why. And then one episode where it's dragon talking to her normal voice, so it's like we're having a conversation, and getting like voice changer for that. There's a thing called a Roland VT3, which is like a voice changer synthesizer, and I'm gonna be using that for like live recording.
Yeah.
Just try to. There's a lot of emotion in that scene that she's gonna have to convey, and we're gonna have to convey, which I think it'll turn out really well. You guys will really like it.
yeah, I hope so. It sounds like a great concept. But you do, I know in most of your series, you're either one of the main voices or you're filling in just, I mean, so many voices in the background. So whenever I watch Dragon Maid, and a lot of the time it's the girls that you have working on Dragon Maid, it's just, do you direct them personally? Like whenever you guys are
I do-
doing
I-
Dragon Maid?
Yeah, I direct everyone for Dragon Maid.
God. Yeah, but I love Dragon Maid. I love Naomi Fied and the other people we have working on Dragon Maid. I haven't seen 11, but I have seen the ones before that.
11's pretty good.
Yeah, but I love Dragon Maid. E-Bridged, I really love that. Was that the first series you posted? Or
That was the first abridged parody I ever did.
Yes, I remember when that came out. I was so excited about that because I love Erased. It's one of my favorite anime. So I remember when I saw on Twitter that you were talking about doing that. I told my girlfriend like all about it because I was so hyped. I was really hyped to see you abridge it. And that's definitely one of my favorites on your channel. It's aged really well compared to your not saying that your other content aged bad, but I still think it stands up to your other content that you have
Stands
more
the
recently.
test of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, which is what that series is about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lucas, have you seen Erased or Bridged?
I've only seen a couple of those videos, so I some of this stuff, like Dragon Maid, I definitely saw. But that content, I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's further down. It's a lot. It was last bridged episode was.
It was a while ago.
I'm looking at your channel right now. I'm trying to find it.
It was like
A year
early
ago?
2017. Yeah, it was like early
Yeah.
2017. That was really long ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, but
well, a lot of the people
That are in eBridged are real life friends of mine. So like, we have to scheduling recordings is really hard. But and now that like Dragon Maid is nearing the end and Love Pre is nearing the end and
Yeah.
eBridged is nearing the end, I felt like I really wanted to do something like special for those. So it's like it's a huge effort to like get all of that. Like I don't know. I just wanted to be a really big bang, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if all 3 series ended on the same day
oh,
and have like the series finale for each one be on the same day? So we gotta work to make that a reality.
nice. So are you saying that bridged the next episode is going to be?
I thought about it, but I think we'll split it into 3 episodes.
Okay.
And then the last episode will happen on the same day as the other 2,
Nice.
Dragon Maid and Love Pre.
Alright.
Love
Pretty
Pre, Love Pre shaking out to be an hour and a half long
Oh.
final episode.
Yeah, I remember when I saw the 49-minute timestamp on Love Pre 6. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And Dragon Maid is gonna have 2 long episodes for the finale.
I'm definitely looking forward to those 2. I loved the 49-minute long Love Pre episode. I just laid down and I just sat and watched the entire thing. I mean, it's great. I like longer abridged episodes. A lot of abridged series are like, or at least the ones I've seen have always kind of been like 5 to 10 minute range, but whenever
Yeah.
you drop that 49-minute big boy on me, I was so ready.
Yeah. I figured like people have done long parodies before. Like if I'm gonna do a long parody, it needs to be good though.
And I cannot stress enough. I think I've said this like 3 or 4 times already. Love Pre 6. It's amazing. I mean, everything about it is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's just like you gotta have a message if you wanna. Some you can write stuff just for fun, but sometimes the times where you like do it with a message or a point to it,
Yeah.
that also can work.
Yeah, but I'm out of questions.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
it's getting late, obviously.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. Jeez.
So we can go ahead and if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and wrap this episode up.
Sweet.
All right, I guess I'll do the honors.
Oh, the honors.
Alright.
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for viewing this episode of the No Views podcast. I believe we've hit our record number of viewers. Maybe not quite thanks to us, but definitely major thanks to NEOMINISTER for giving some amazing answers to some very good questions and teaching us a lot about being successful and what real effort looks like.
It's been a pleasure interviewing you, man.
Yes,
Yeah, Neo,
it's been
thanks so
very
much for
good
coming on.
listening. I haven't said too much, but very good listening to a lot of your stories and about what you work on. But yeah, this is I don't know my name anymore. This is
The pooper has struck.
this is John Z. Oak.
John Cena.
Actually, no, never mind. I got the full name now. This is John C. Pine 06. Signing off. I thought you'd like that. I mean,
Alright,
I thought that was pretty
Lucas,
cool.
and I'll
You know.
be signing off as well.
Yeah, Neo, thanks for coming on. Hopefully, we'll have you on a later episode one day
Yeah, no problem.
and catch up on how Press X is doing. But what? Yeah, you know what? John did such a good outro. Why even mess?
Yeah,
why even mess
we
with
can't
that?
we can't. Okay, so goodbye.
Leave your mom's credit card number and social security in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next Saturday. This will be public tomorrow at noon. If you guys want to go back and watch it, or if you missed it, well, obviously if you're here,
If you just
did
tuned
miss
in
it.
at this very second,
But
and
on
now
Twitter,
you're hearing this.
You know, I'll post it on Twitter if you guys want to go back and watch it, or for those that couldn't come out to make it. So share this with your friends. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell, everybody. Ring that bell. Let's drop a motherfucking like in the chat. And give me that
I
Kappa
guess,
voice.
I guess I didn't really get to tell you the thing that I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to do.
What? Let's save it for after, just in case.
Yeah.
You know.
Viewers will never get to know until it comes out.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna go ahead and end it. I love all of you.
Dick tease.
Goodbye.
Bye.